so done with life. Oh my god.
I cut my foot back open.
Again.
And it really hurts. It's so bloody. It's so gory.
That was a good one.
Guys, today's episode's a gore horror film.
Is that level with us?
Relatively. Ooh, calm as a bitch. Should have known better.
What was that karma for? I literally did nothing wrong.
Telling me that I have selective memory and don't listen to you. Which is a false allegation, an accusation.
Well, I clearly need to turn my mic now because I'm peeking.
You clearly need therapy.
That was funny. That was a good one. Tiva's out of the two of us who looks like they need therapy more.
It's definitely not me. Sister, I'm well put together. I'm stable. I never get overwhelmed. I never experience mental illnesses. I have such strength of self and fortitude in my mind, body, soul, and existence. Can you say the same?
Yes. I could say better, actually.
Can you?
I'm not going
Do you
to.
have the vocab for that?
Yeah.
Go on,
Diva,
then.
that wasn't that hard vocab.
I know, but I'm excited to see what you do with the English language.
Anyway, we need to move on.
Girl, what's your diva moment of the week?
Welcome to...
No, sister, we're doing the diva moment still.
Fine. Okay, well, I really thought of my diva moment this week, actually. Have you?
Mm-mm.
No? So, honestly...
What happened this week?
You know what my diva moment of this week was?
What? I just asked.
Oh.
So I have the same question as I did 2 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Have you thought of one?
No.
Okay, do we need some ideation time? Wait, Cynthia Revo head call till we get one.
I wish I had the nails.
It's like a loading screen. Imagine having this as your loading screen.
anytime the podcast video goes down.
Say anytime the pots hit.
Whoa. Wow. Wow.
Well, shit. Wait, what was my diva moment of the week? What did I do this week? Did anything happen this week that was interesting? Has it been a boring fucking week? What happened on Sunday? What did we do Sunday? We went roller skating. Does that count?
That's pretty diva.
Realized I can still skate my ass off like I could when I was 10. Then Monday happened. What did Monday? Every day this week's just been like slaving my ass away at work.
Okay, my diva moment of the week was deciding that I was Spider-Man and climbing the trees in our backyard.
You climbed the trees in our backyard? When? And why wasn't I here?
Saturday night. For my birthday party. So, I was diva.
Well, if we're doing it off the birthday party, my diva moment of the week could have been showing people how to take good nudes in my bedroom. It could have been...
You only get one.
It could have been the fact that I made a bomb-ass fire that everyone ate up and loved. Or it could have been the fact that I skated into the Red Rooster parking lot and absolutely stacked it after serving cunt and cut my whole foot open.
Well...
I don't know, they're all pretty divalicious, dare I say.
Dare I say. Well, anyway.
But, you know, through and through, all in all, this has been a pretty just survive the week type week.
Anything I want to talk about, I can't talk about.
Oh, true that.
Just so you'll know. I will talk about it once I can talk about it.
Can we use metaphors?
No.
Can we use other words that
No.
only I will know the meaning of and they won't?
No. Anyway, we're moving on.
Like,
welcome back to
the
oh my god, that is the second
the
time.
Stan web series you're doing.
Stop. We actually have to cut that out.
Yeah. Oh, Christ almighty.
Alright. Third time. Welcome back to Okay Diva.
Do you ever sometimes exist for your balls?
What?
Nothing. Let's move on.
I genuinely did not hear what he said, and I hope you guys didn't either, because I felt like that was something that I don't want to know. Am I right? Yes, I am right.
Is there anything that I say that you don't want to know?
Good 90%.
Then why are you here?
Because I feel like they need to know, but I don't need to know it.
Then why are you here?
Because I think we're a good balance.
Really? Because if they just need to hear what I have to say. Anyway, what are we talking about this week, Sheila?
Jennifer Coolidge from the Minecraft movie.
I was supposed to say, okay, villager.
So this week on OK Diva, we are continuing our month of Y, and we are focusing in back on the qualities that we came up last month. So the 10 qualities, and we are going to talk a little bit about why you should adopt them, and maybe a little bit about how we have adopted them in the past, since we discovered them, and just really revitalizing.
Revising?
No, I don't know what the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Making connections between those, bringing in the last month into this month, basically, is what we're doing today. So the big question of today is...
Yeah, totally.
The big question of today is
why you should adopt the qualities of being a diva in your everyday life. To meet the aims of success, brilliance, light, and abundance in your everyday lifestyle. Do you want wealth? Do you want cunt? Do you want Cerberus? Do you want to feel pussy? Do you want to feel like your most fierce self?
And I think our case studies this week are going to be people who... There are examples of someone who harnessed their diva of capabilities, and by doing that, shot into stardom.
Well, I had a diva of the week, and they're not necessarily any of those things.
Really? I thought you were doing...
Oh, I guess I am. Yeah, I have one. I had a different one that I came up with during the week.
Oh, okay. You can do both. If it's the other one's a short one, you can do both.
The other one is a short one.
Okay, then it's fine. So yeah, we are going to go over the qualities. We're going to talk about them a little bit, and why you should adopt them, and how we adopted them.
Exactly.
Let's get into it.
I feel like maybe we should potentially keep ourselves out of the equation this week, and just fully go on a thing of like, here are the qualities, and this is why you should adopt them. So this can be our like how-to why tutorial type beginning video. Do you know what I mean? Like, because like we've done so many weeks about us. Like, I feel like the episodes where we discussed what the qualities are, we kind of were even like, this is why we want to adopt them, or like how we will adopt them, kind of.
Well, I don't think we did that.
I'm a little butterfly.
All right, so let's start with the external qualities, like we did, and then go inwards. So,
what's our very, very first quality that we came up with? It was inspiring, wasn't it?
Give me one moment.
We're loading.
No momento.
We're loading.
Okay, so confidence.
Confidence.
No, it wasn't. Sorry, divas. I'm not. Oh, it was I don't give a fuck energy.
You know what? That's kind of perfect.
Yeah,
because
I see that.
Right off the back of like our people from last week,
Are you blanking on who we did last week?
yes.
Me too.
Hold on, I literally was just watching them.
Oh, I did Rachel Berry.
You did Rachel Berry, and I did Lana Del Rey. That makes so much sense for the week. I think that's... Actually, she does give a fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh my god, my brain hurts. My brain actually doesn't hurt. Welcome back to OK Diva. Sorry.
Anyway, divas.
I woke up only like 30 minutes ago, guys.
You have been up since 8.
15:15.
So an hour and a half ago. It's 9:40.
It's 9:40?
Yes.
Christ, I thought it was 9 o'clock.
No, I wanted to film at 9 o'clock.
I'm so out of touch.
That's okay. Anyway, so I don't give a fuck energy.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck energy. Now, I'm going to use a reference directly from last week being my case study of the week, Lana, because we're coming right off the back of it. It's a great representation of why you'd want to kind of inhabit this type of energy.
Okay.
It's coming straight from, like, what I was talking about was the fact that She stays in her own lane, does her own thing. And it's the sheer fact that she does not give a fuck the hate she gets, what people's opinion about her work is, what, you know, all of cancel culture. She does not give a fuck. She stays clear of it. She keeps to herself. She does her own thing, and she just doesn't give a fuck. And that type of I don't give a fuck energy is what really allows you to access some of your best power. Because it's like you are unfazed by people trying to tear you down, by what the opinions of others are, by criticism, and there's helpful feedback, but there's also lots of unhelpful feedback. And if you're onboarding all the unhelpful feedback all of the time and all of the negative criticism from people who aren't in the position that you want to be in, I am a strong believer that the only type of feedback you should be listening to are from the people in the positions you want to be in. So if you're looking at people and you're like, I want to be like that and I want to be where they are, that's the type of advice you should be taking seriously. Any other advice should be taken with a grain of salt because they're not where you want to be. So therefore they don't know how to be the type of person you want to be. That's very much in the sense of like...
That is a fine line you're crossing.
I know, it's a fine line.
I reckon...
that's why I said with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
I think there's sometimes you take it on board, sometimes you don't. But
I think anyone who truly wants to help you, who truly sees
but that's
what you're
saying.
trying to do...
I don't think they can see from the lens of like what you might need the advice from.
I think people who are in the position where you want to be in are probably more helpful or more concise into what you need to hear, but I don't think ruling out everyone else is a good idea.
I didn't say rule out. I said take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, but I mean, even that, you're still...
Well, you have to, because then you're just taking advice from people who probably don't know what they're talking about, which is in the long run probably going to hinder you.
Yeah, clock.
So I take the advice, I listen to it, but that doesn't mean I onboard it. I take it with a grain of salt. Anyway, that I don't give a fuck energy of like just not being fazed by negativity and people's perception of you because you so clearly just go, I'm just going to do my thing, stay in my lane. That doesn't mean you know, go and like be an asshole to people and not give a fuck. It's like, just don't be fazed. That's tea. And that's so powerful.
What's your excuse then?
I enjoy it. And no, it all comes from a place of love, though, with me, and you can tell that.
Oh, 100%.
I'm not cruel. I'm talking about cruelty. Sorry, assholerism and dickheadism wasn't...
Assholerism?
Assholery and
Jesus
dickheadism
Christ.
was not the correct words to use because I inhabit those spaces. Cruelty is not a space I ever inhabit. And that is the line that you cross.
Divas, when you are possessing I don't give a fuck energy, it brings you into a new power of yourself, in one where you don't care about what people think. And I think that's one of the biggest things about divaism. About
Divology.
from being a DIT that I've learned, I think.
Me too.
I don't know necessarily if, like, I mean, obviously we'll go through the qualities, and then I think I'll probably discover which one has probably impacted me most in the last, ever since we started doing this. But I think when it comes to I don't give a fuck energy, it's really important that you accept that it's I don't give a fuck, but how am I meant to wear this? Like, you still give a fuck, but you don't give a fuck, if that makes sense.
Right?
Like,
no, I think the difference is you give so much fucks about who you are and what you do. You just don't give a fuck about
the energy trying to oppose that.
Yes.
That's what I was looking for. That was literally
You let the people who want to uplift you lift you. You allow the avenues to remain open to get where you want to go, and you're not deterred from that. You don't let people who... You are capable of phasing out the white noise.
Yeah.
Of evil minds and horrible hearts.
Well, clock.
That, I think, for me so far is probably been one of my... I'm so glad it's our very first one, too, because I do feel like it's almost like the very first step. You kind of have to stop giving a fuck a little bit.
Yeah.
Because that's something I've been thinking about all week. Like, I'll be sitting around the office, I'll be out with different groups of friends, I'll be doing this, I'll be doing that, I'll be talking to this person, I'll be doing that thing. And I'm like, I seriously need to stop just giving a fuck. I just need to let myself breathe and go full balls to the wall, doing what I want. That's it. It's not I don't give a fuck in the sense that you don't give a fuck about anything. It's about I don't give a fuck so that I can allow myself to do fully, completely, exactly what I want to do.
Yeah, and it's also like I don't give a fuck in the sense of like not allowing people to interfere with that.
Not allowing yourself to let people interfere with that mentally as well.
That is why you should adopt that.
Exactly. Does that not sound important to you?
I feel like going through I feel like going through that has been very clear into why you should adopt that as an audience, as people, as DITs, diva-in-training.
Exactly. Hello!
Very that. The next one is inspiring.
Period. Well, I think that...
I don't think there is a diva out there who doesn't inspire. I mean...
Obviously, yeah.
In the sense... Maybe not in the sense of like...
This is an interesting one because inspiring is so... Like, it's not necessarily something you need to go out of your way to be. And it's not necessarily something you necessarily need or want to strive for either. It's kind of the type of thing that, like, once you do release the shackles of giving so much fucks or, like, limiting belief systems that you've got running, you, by kind of just being in a space where you're your most authentic self, that's typically quite inspiring to people. And
going into the why, I think that if you want to be of a higher I'm gonna say status, but I don't know if the word is status. Then there's a responsibility to take on people who will look up to you. That's just like a given. And I think that was really important in mentioning.
Yeah. Why would you rather continue seeking or looking out for the people who like you or don't like you when you could be looking out for the people
who you inspire?
Like, everything comes back to perspective, intention, and where you're putting your focus. And if you're looking for things, you'll see them. If you start looking for yellow cars on the street, you'll see yellow cars. Whatever you put your mind to seeing, you will find. So why not look to something more positive? Clock that. It will change your head space a lot.
Hello.
See, I could take that advice myself.
That's why we DITs.
This is so funny because we're like, why should you do it? And then I'm sitting here going, damn, I should be doing this.
Well, yeah, because that's the whole point.
I know, but like, I'm going like really clock into that.
I mean, at the end of the day, why should you do it is also why we should do it.
Clock it!
Like,
hello!
We're putting into words what we're thinking in our heads, really. Like,
yeah, period. Your why is actually just our why. Okay, what's number 3, the big 3?
Passionate, / with excellence.
This one is almost like it speaks. Actually, it speaks to itself for me because this is something I know I have. But I don't know if it speaks to... Like, I don't know if everyone necessarily will know how to apply this one.
When we came out with this list, right? This is the list of, like, how you can spot a diva in the wild. You know? Like, it's...
Even the wild.
In their natural habitat.
In their natural habitat.
So, it makes sense why we put that there. Because, like I said in that episode, when you're a diva, I feel like there is an aspect of yourself that is excellent. Or passionate.
There is.
And even if you haven't discovered it yet, I think you will, because although I don't necessarily think that it might not, what's the word, sit with you, or relate to you, or you literally just said it before.
Speak to you?
Yeah, if that doesn't speak to you right now, that's okay, because at the end of the day, Everyone needs time to discover what they're excellent at or passionate about.
That's exactly right.
Like, and at the like, you can look. In my humble opinion, you can probably.
Humble?
No, I take it back. I'm not going to say that. I take that back. You go.
Okay. I think that there's a very crucial part to coming to your sense of self in complete fruition. And that is something I read about a long time ago, and it stays with me. I think this is something that people who have, like, diva tendencies come to them quite easily. People who are, you know, famous or the head of their fields, or just so fully realized as individuals on even on a mundane day-to-day type level.
Mundane.
The type of person to be that, when you look at a diva and you see someone so fully realized in their power, what they had to do to get there was dive into their obsessions. When you sit with yourself and you love something and you dive into that so immensely and deeply, you develop a sense of style, you develop a sense of self, your entire person begins to be structured around what you love. And it is so important to go into that and not just love something at a surface level, but really, really get into it. And when you get into something that you love, you want to be excellent in it and you are passionate about it, and that grows and it evolves and it snowballs. And when you do that, that is when you get to that space where you become one of the best in that particular niche thing. Not because, you know, you've gone out of your way to go, I want to be the best of the best, but because you love it that much that you strive to do it well. And it's a different type of mindset than going, I have to be the best at this thing. It's going, I love this thing so much that I'm becoming the best of it. And that's a very, like, subtle difference, which is so important, because it's the difference between something coming naturally and being fulfilling and something that is draining and mentally.
And I think that's why we lump those two words together, because I think it's really important to be passionate and excellent.
And I think they play off one another. And I don't think you necessarily have to drive for excellence. You just are becoming excellent through your passion.
Yes, I want to add on to that.
Yeah, great.
And I think when it comes to, I think being excellent comes out of the result of being passionate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm just clarifying.
That's exactly what I said.
Just clarifying, girl.
But, like, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to do that? Because it is the most rewarding thing to be in a space, to exist in a space where you are just doing what you love and it's coming to you well and it's coming to you easy. And if you're sitting there thinking, I don't have anything, it's because you haven't actually stopped and gone, what do I love?
Yeah.
And just gone into it. It can be one tiny little niche thing. There are people in the world who are fucking excellent in loving the color fucking green. What about the green fucking lady in the UK? It can be as simple as loving a fucking color hoe. It doesn't have to be that serious or that deep. You just have to love something and go into it.
If it's something that doesn't necessarily, what's the word? Like have an occupation to it, that's
then you
okay.
haven't thought about it hard enough. Because I think there is for every single thing.
You reckon?
Absolutely. Give me something obscure and random.
Liking pots and pans.
Sister, what are we doing here?
I don't
You
know.
literally become someone who makes excellent pots and pans, and then you start a franchise, and then you become one of the highest selling pots and pans people in the world. I have about 5 brands of pots and pans that are luxury pots and pan brands around the world, and I want them so desperately. And that's because someone sat there, and you can see that someone's put the time, love, and work into making them look very specific and niche and brilliant.
That's exactly it. We're on the same page.
Exactly.
All right.
All I'm saying is that there is absolutely an occupation for every single thing you could possibly love. And if there isn't, create a space because you can.
There's a niche there.
Yeah. You could love a celebrity and you could start a fan club and you could get charity.
blog.
Yeah, start this fucking church or something. I don't know. The Church
That's
of
a
Chris
cult.
Evans. The cult of Chris Evans. Come.
Authenticity,
I've been thinking
strong
about this
sense
a
of
lot lately.
self, and self-confidence.
Sorry, what? I was thinking about his pecs.
Authenticity, strong sense of self, and self-confidence.
I think all of those things are so... Wow. Period. Well, again, I feel like it's so self-explanatory why you'd want to do that.
In the context of becoming a diva, though, and why it connects to that, is we chose those words. Well, we saw those words and we discovered those words, and we chose to keep them in the list of 5 because we want people to, realize that in order to become the best version of yourself, or the diva, and to get out of the DIT, diva in training, you need to have a sense of self or a strong will in order to move forward in life.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
I think the reason why you'd want to do it is because it, in itself, when you've hit that point where you are strong-willed, authentic, and self-confident, you've reached a point of self-realization and healedness that allows you to do anything you want to do. There's no doubt. There's no second guessing. There's no... Well, maybe there's maybe there is a little bit of that. Probably there's always going to be lingering around. But,
That's that voice in your head. Like that's the
yeah, but you have this inner saboteur under fucking chains, locked down, caged up, sister, getting whipped because you're the dominatrix. Me when I'm a dom mummy on my inner saboteur.
Yeah.
And down, you bad boy. Slap.
I could not imagine you doing that.
No, me neither. Can you?
No. I just said I cannot imagine you doing that.
The concept of me riding someone.
Stop! Okay, I do not need these images in my head.
I'll kill myself. How about that? Catch me outside. How about that?
Girl, self-confidence.
I think it's a very limiting and very, very, very unhappy life to live if you don't have those things. If you aren't being true to yourself and standing by that, and then going as far to even be confident that you know who that is and standing by yourself, that's a very, very hard life. Because then you're nothing and you're no one.
There is a lot of people out there who don't know who they are.
Yeah. And I think it really is I don't know, I truly do think it's because so many people, we've been raised in that day and age, well, we always kind of have been, generations even before us, where we are so socially programmed to look externally for approval and to look externally for affirmation and sense of self. Even so many people don't have sense of self unless they're in groups or at work or all these different places. And if you are finding yourself feeling like that, it's really important that you create time to just sit with yourself in silence and almost meditation, which is such a, I don't know. I know it's hard, and I know a lot of people struggle to even sit with themselves, but that's because it is scary, but it's also extremely rewarding to sit there with yourself and go, what do I love? What do I want to do? And it's not about trying to do things to be something or be something for anyone else. It's literally simply to just go, what brings me joy? What piques my interest?
Yeah.
What makes me excited? What makes me feel something good? And then dive into it. Explore it. Why not? It's the only reason we're fucking here. I truly believe every single person on this planet has their own unique, authentic, best self, where there is something.
Yeah.
There is not one. I truly do not believe there is one person on this planet who can sit there and go, nothing interests me. I don't enjoy anything. I don't love anything. I don't like anything. There is nothing for me.
Look, if you are that type of person, then
Comment down below.
Well, it's even more than that, though. If you're that type of person, either you haven't found your thing yet, or, I hate to say it, you might need to go get antidepressants. Like,
I mean, I think you can even be depressed and still have things.
No, but I'm just saying, if you're not enjoying anything in life, and
I think there's a very big difference between not enjoying anything and not having a sense of self. Because like mood and emotion is.
I meant in the context of finding nothing passionate and like finding nothing into, but like even
but I don't know if that's a depression thing.
I mean, it can be.
That's what I'm saying. That's a mood over the top of it. There's still something underneath it that you like.
Which brings us back to our next non-emotion factor.
Yes,
Inside Out.
Ooh,
the emotions of a diva.
The emotions. Can we give little like Inside Out like cartoons?
Let's draw them
of the 10.
We'll use the Pixar like animation, but we just change the colors of them.
Am I gonna get crucified if I say we could try using AI?
Probably.
Okay, I guess
we could hire an artist.
Could we?
Yeah, I feel like there'd be an artist who could do it for free.
For free. Please, I don't know if it's for free.
Our next emotion, I said it again. Our next factor is edge.
Edge. Why would you want to have edge? Well, I think why you'd want to have edge in the context of being a diva, or in the context of like why you want to bring this into your life in general, is so that edge in the context of which we were talking about it, I do really think is kind of like you're not afraid to be unabashedly you. Would that be the right way of framing that up?
I don't know if that's the right way to frame it up in the context of this.
Maybe you go.
Yeah, okay. For me personally, because I don't know if I like speaking as a collective, the reason I think you should, or why you should adopt edge, is the idea of like having that extra sense of like, what's the word? Like, the extra little bit of pizzazz or zest, or like, I'm blanking on the word that I actually want to say, but it basically, having that extra little bit of edge, or having edge in general, is allowing you to not only, not worry about the big stuff, or...
Is edge something that you can develop, or
Yes.
is it something that you just have to inherently?
100%, I think you can develop it.
How would you go about that?
Well, this isn't the how portion.
Oh, you're so right. This isn't how.
This is why.
Oh, you're so right. I guess that's something I'm very curious about, so we'll have to do a whole episode on how to develop edge.
Yeah, 100%. How will be like a 10 episode run.
Yeah, a 10 episode run.
One for each emotion. Emotion! I said it again, guys!
Emotion. You're so emotional today.
I know. I always am.
You're so emotional, baby.
Okay, wait. Let's actually... Wait, one second. So...
Fucking silence me, okay.
In the context of describing a person can mean they have a unique, unconventional, slightly intimidating quality that sets them apart. It can imply a hint of rebelliousness, intensity, or willingness to push boundaries. That's why we saved that definition, because you want to have that intensity to not only be a diva, but you want to have that intensity in all aspects of your life. Do you know what I mean?
Very interestingly enough, I really think that edge is something you want to strive for only in the context of wanting to be a diva. I don't necessarily know if that's something that every single person on the planet will want to have. And if you don't want to have that, that's fine. You're just not a diva. But I don't necessarily think that's something that you can just, like, that...
I think... Wait, okay. What I need to know what's going on in your head right now, because... What do you think edge is, if this is the way you're thinking?
Well, that sense of, like, rebelliousness, or, like... It's like you're not afraid to be a little bit, like, cray-cray. Or cray-cray. But
I think you need that in life. I think you need that to be a diva.
I think you need that to be a diva.
If you're not willing to push boundaries, and if you're not willing to be a little cray-cray, then what are you doing here?
To be a diva?
Every human being experiences a moment in life where they're a little bit cray-cray. Human condition, y'all.
I mean, I guess, but... I don't know.
Well, I know.
I don't know. I don't think that's... Like... I don't know. Well, you know what? I think diva is the final form. And I do think diva is...
Comes in many forms.
It comes in many forms, but I also think it is, you know, your most elite state of being. So, you know what? Yeah.
You should
want to have edge, because you should want to just...
You should be wanting to push boundaries. How are you ever meant to...
Why?
Why? If you're not pushing boundaries, if you're not living life to the fullest, what are you doing? If you don't have...
Pushing boundaries, living the life to the fullest.
In order... Okay. It's not just pushing boundaries. It's also intensity or rebelliousness. Or they have... Well, okay, just look at this. A person can mean they have a unique, unconventional, or slightly intimidating quality. So you should want to have edge because you want to be unique. You want to have unique qualities. You want that edge. In the context of being a diva, why you should adopt that is because you can't be
a diva without that.
Intensity. You can't be a diva without, pushing boundaries.
Yeah,
like
you cannot be a diva unless you've been set apart because you're pushing boundaries and you're not afraid to speak your mind and be a little bit rebellious, stand by your shit even when anyone else in the room might not fucking want to do that. And I suppose the integration of having that is very strong. It's a very, very bold, loud, and intense energy and space to wanna inhabit, which I imagine is going to be one of the hardest ones for a lot of people, because so
that or self-confidence.
Much of the fear of,
being a problem,
standing out in a bad way is so
limiting. People. We need people to understand that standing out is a good thing. We need to instill that into the next generation.
Sometimes I see people and I'll be like, oh my god, and then I stop myself and I'm like, wait, oh my god, they're unafraid to just do that.
Exactly.
Which good for them.
When
I don't get it, but good for them, huh? When you see crackheads in public.
Is that furries?
When I see the crackheads on the bus scream singing.
Which brings us to
our
next.
In public?
Have you not seen them?
No.
There was like a furry convention in South Lake the other week.
I truly believe that is a lifestyle so far detached from mine that I cannot even mentally
imagine it.
Imagine being in that space. I could imagine being many things, but not that.
Which brings us to our next. We're going into the eternal ones now, and what you see a diva be eternally. Driven.
Well,
I think that's very obvious why you should want to adapt that, to be honest. Like, if you're not a driven person, what are you doing?
like, yeah, I mean, why be driven? Because
You should want to live.
because you want to like
Do well.
what you do. I'm so glad we started with the external factors though, because I almost feel like it really does kind of lead one into the other. Like once you start doing that stuff where you sit there and you know what you like, you know what you love, you know who you're about, then in order to be that, you must have drive to be that. And saying that
You must want to change. You know, you must want to improve yourself and become a diva.
And saying that's very interesting. You have to find your why, and your why could very much just be, am I living the absolute most I can be? Like, I think so much of this journey of being a diva is so self-realizing and like it will lead to a lot of fulfillment, and you've got to first have drive to step outside your comfort zone, step into yourself, and then once you're in yourself, I feel like drive is something that will almost just be self-generated because you want to be doing what you're doing.
Okay.
This is like drive is such an interesting thing because I think the reason people don't have drive a lot of the time is because they're not doing things they want to do.
Yeah, I would agree.
So then you have...
Or, I mean, drive doesn't necessarily have to be connected to a job or something you want to be doing, though. You know what I mean? Like...
Well, that inhabits every... No, I mean, it's a rundown effect, you know what I mean? Like, I have drive because I know where I want to be in 10 years from now. So every single thing I do and every single day is a moving part in getting there.
But 10 years from now, that's referring to what you want to be doing in life, like, you know, directing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas some people have drive when it comes to, like, their family life or, you know...
Go on.
They get busy like bunnies.
Yeah, well, you can have drive to have a big family, find love, and look after the kids and raise them.
That's what I'm saying. I'm building on your point. I'm building on your
Yeah.
point. I'm just saying... I'm building on your point and saying that drive can be in different aspects of your life, just not just your professional life.
Oh, yeah,
and that's why you should want drive, because drive is and it comes.
It goes hand in hand with being authentic to what you want. Encompasses.
I think that's
encapsulates.
No, I think encompasses is the word I was looking for.
Yeah, totally. Go for it.
Why are you being weird?
I'm not. I don't know what the fuck you're gonna say. I'm not being weird.
Oh, that word. Drive.
Insecure. Sorry, keep going.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm not apologizing, actually.
You know. He apologized already. You're not taking it back. Here you go. So that drive really just shows everyone that you can be whatever you want to be. In whatever aspect of life you want it to be. And that's why you should adopt it. Because it is, like Sam said, it's a rundown effect.
Clock.
Alright. Assertive. And you just found out the new meaning of this when we discovered it.
I know, and I'm still like trying to let it settle in me because I'm so programmed outside of that whenever I hear it, I don't think of...
You're like...
Yeah. The fact that assertive is like the central between passive and dominant.
Or aggressive, not dominant.
Or aggressive, but... I mean, dominant, I think, is probably a little bit more of a better word because I don't know if aggressive is necessarily... I mean, aggressive doesn't always have to be a bad thing, but I guess with friend, it is...
Well, aggressive is literally always meant to be the bad thing. And assertive is what you're meant to aim for.
Clock. Maybe that's why it's placed so good in my head, because they're so, like... They're just siblings to me. Sibling words rather than...
Siblings.
rather than it's a word in between.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
that's why passive and aggressive have the same prefix. No, not prefix. What's the second half of the word?
If
No. Like, you know how the prefix is the first part of the word?
suffix.
Suffix, yes. That's why they have the same suffix.
Well, yes.
Pass.
Ag.
Anyway, so why you want to be
Digress.
assertive? Why you want to be assertive is because you want to have the perfect medium. Like, I think in order to become the diva, I think you need to find the perfect balance of being passive and aggressive. Like,
Or you just have to be assertive.
yeah,
I don't think you
that's
need
exactly right. That's what the perfect blend is.
Is it is assertive really a blend of those two things, or is it more
Well,
of its
I
own
consider the
thing?
3 words on a scale, right? Say passive is all the way down here, assertive in the middle, aggressive.
That's what I'm thinking.
So if you blend the two together, you get the middle. You picking up what I'm laying down?
Sorry, my brain just fully switched off.
That's why you should want to be assertive.
I think being assertive is really, really important. I really do. I think you should want to do it because you stand up for yourself. You just speak your mind clearly. You're honest with your internal monologue and your external state of being.
Thank you.
I think it's a real hindrance to yourself and everyone else around you to be passive and to not
Or aggressive.
or aggressive. But I think, yeah, I do think, yeah, doing either of those things prevents you from connecting with other people at a deep level and allowing yourself to connect with the world at a deeper level.
To build on to that point, I think being either passive or aggressive stops you from having some of the other qualities of a diva.
Oh, you can't have the other qualities. You can't.
Like,
if you're passive, you don't have self-confidence.
yeah, and you
if-
clearly don't have edge.
Yeah.
If you're aggressive, you can't really be inspiring.
No, not at all.
Because then you're just mean.
Yeah. How are you going to be driven if you're passive and complacent?
Exactly.
Like-
Clock that. This is why.
Like, if to allow yourself to have access to any of the other qualities of being a diva, you have to be assertive.
Mm-hmm.
You have to speak and act true to exactly who you are.
Which goes on to our next point completely. Secure.
Period. Why would you want to be secure? Why would you want to be insecure, girl? That's the real question. Why would you want to be the other option? I think this one really speaks for itself.
Yeah, I don't really think we need to mention too much. All I'm going to mention is the fact that when I finally became secure in myself, everything else fell into place.
We're getting there, but it is improving day by day.
Shameless.
Shameless. I think we are so intrinsically programmed to not feel, to feel shame.
I think
And-
shame has become such a powerful emotion that people use to put people down. I think it's so clear
Yeah.
into the
Yes.
today's society. Like, you can't. It's in everything.
It's in everything.
It's in everything.
used
It's
in
in
marketing.
jokes. People use shame in jokes because they think it's funny.
Literally.
I mean, I'm guilty of it. I know I am.
Literally. And it's capitalized on.
Right?
It's been turned into a capitalistic...
Like, it's good to feel
Exploit.
shame. It's
Like,
not.
It's not. And
It's good to be shameless.
And it's so...
I've always said this, but shame is such a wasted emotion.
It's such a wasted emotion.
Such a wasted emotion.
It is literally so hindering, and it does literally nothing to benefit you. There is no benefit in shame.
Yeah. Do you reckon shame and embarrassment are like on the same line?
Yeah, I guess so.
Like, shame is just like the more intense version of embarrassment.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of. It's like, yeah, it's like that extreme where you're like, it's just it's shame can so easily become self-hatred. Shame is actually shame actually probably is the root of all self-hatred, actually, when you think about it.
Yeah, no, I can see that. Yes, I agree.
Because you wouldn't hate yourself unless you felt shame around the things you were doing. Yeah. And the only reason you would feel that way is because society's told you it's bad, and that is not useful.
So that's why you should be shameless.
Why should they be shameless? Because it's fierce.
Plus,
because it's not beneficial.
Shame is such a hindering emotion. Done. Which brings us to
horrible. Why would you want to feel bad about being authentically yourself? If it's something that makes you feel good, just do it. Who cares what everyone else thinks?
And you need to make that decision, which brings us...
You're going to be judged. It is what it is.
You need to make that decision, which brings us to our last one, decisive.
Decisive, mama. Well, a decisive bitch is someone... I think why you'd want to be decisive is because it makes... It's ease. It's ease. It's freeing. Decisiveness is the end game effect of just being able to be assertive, know what you want to do, and just do it.
Why you want to be decisive? Because indecision is the root of death.
Indecision literally is the root of death. Indecision is crippling. It keeps you where you are. It keeps you demotivated.
It keeps you complacent.
It keeps you complacent, and it keeps you unhappy. Keeps you unhappy, babe.
I really think all these internal factors are very self-explanatory on why you should want them. Except maybe assertive.
Well, look, that's the thing. We're looking at that and thinking that, but there might be a couple in there that other people around are going,
that's true.
I'm going to be that.
That's true. And that's why we've just gone through them. Because it's very important.
But that's the tea.
That's the tea. Do we have time?
I don't think we do. I think we can make time, though.
For case studies!
We're going to have to be really quick.
The diva is the female version of a hustler.
Of a hustler. Diva, we're going to be really quick with this one, because if we're not, we're going to run out of time. So, my case study of the week...
Do the fast one first.
...is someone who could... be all of these qualities, are all of these qualities, and have utilized these qualities to expand themselves, shot themselves into stardom very quickly, very clearly. You'll see all of these qualities in the bad bitch themselves. Chapel Rowan girl, she's assertive. She'll tell the motherfucking reporter what they need to hear. She is authentic to herself and confident in her brand, her aesthetic, her entire discography. She has spent years being driven in order to get here. She has been making music since fucking Connor Fanta and fucking Troye Sivan were YouTubers.
Dating.
Like, hello? And I'm going to leave my other one for another week because we don't have time.
Well, that was a really quick one. I'm impressed.
Well, we don't have time, sister.
Damn. Oh, wait. Oh, I had one, but now I'm forgetting.
I really do think that Chapel is so self-explanatory to all of those traits.
And, you know, on the same line, Sabrina Carpenter.
Period.
She's clearly rose into... She's risen to stardom mostly because she was able to market herself in the way that she wanted to, but mostly because she finally took a chance in with the whole, you know, being flirty, being teasy, you know, emails I can't send, short and sweet. Those are her big albums because she was finally able to be honest with herself and have that self-confidence and the shamelessness.
The shamelessness. I mean, who needs shame when you're that hot, though?
Right?
Like,
right? Tears?
She's so hot. It's actually
and she's clearly driven. She's released...
Her VMA performance was insane.
Protect the dolls.
Looking like Britney with all the dolls around her.
I want us to make a Protect the Doll sign and put it behind us.
I want to make a Protect the Doll sign. I actually want to bring a doll on. I want to bring quite a few on, actually.
Yeah, done.
The dolls are the real divas.
We have so many... Honestly, the dolls
are the final boss divas.
Yeah, exactly. So that's my case study and the case study. And that brings us to the end of this week. I think
this was a loaded and stacked.
I feel like we really got through it.
Christ, I was getting worried there for a second.
No, for real.
Alright guys, so that's us going through all of our 10 traits of being a diva and why you should want to do them. I think it's so kind of clear that utilizing the tools that these traits are so beneficial that there isn't really any reason why you wouldn't want to be one unless you're happy to be unhappy. I don't know. It's the access line to your best self, and that is why you should need to come into this journey with us, come along the way, and just get into it, girl. Let's cut up. Let's learn how to do this.
Follow, like, comment, comment which of those qualities you feel like you connect with the most. Or which qualities you want us to talk about a little bit more. Exactly. Or anything like that. Which brings us kind of to next week. Because I feel like next week is going to be a lot of a discovery episode.
I don't actually recall what we're doing next week. What are we doing?
Oh, we are doing... Well, we have either... Why is it good... No, we just did that one.
Nah.
Anyway.
You know what?
We're going to discover it.
Next week is a journey. It's in the future, and it's out of reach. And when we get there, we'll get there. And you'll be there with us. So don't forget, if you're a diva, you will leave that like, comment, and subscribe.
And get ready for next week, because we...
Do your thing, sister.
You don't know what we're talking about.
It's all a secret, and all will be untold. Wait, all will be revealed.
I did not have sexual relations with that tree.
I had it with that one. Did you see her doing King Julian?
Have you seen her doing Gru?
Yes. She just released King Julian and she goes, "You know who it is! I like to move it.
She's my diva of the week.
She's always going to be our diva of the week until she disappears back into the internet zeitgeist.
Exactly. You have a good day, divas. We'll see you next week.